Hello and welcome to this Warno 2v2 game played on Eiche between Moosman and Jonathan Frisbee, playing 101st US Airborne and 24th US Mechanized, and they're going up against YourFish and Peanut, playing 7th East German Panzer Division and 39 Why Would You Play This, respectively. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Okay, so this is the deck review for Mooman and Frisbee, and they're going up against Peanut and YourFish. So with 2v2 decks, I like to view the compositions and how they tie together more, as opposed to, this unit is in the wrong place, because in team games, what's more important is the synergy with your teammates. A good team will have good synergy with their teammates. And the first thing is that 101st and 24th do not go well in 2v2s at all. 24th in general is just bad, I'm sorry to say. But 101st is good in 1v1. It's actually really quite good in 1v1. It got some nice buffs this patch. The Chinook's got 10 points cheaper, the Blackhawk's got 10 points cheaper, and the Meep Abrams got 10 points cheaper. All of that helps this division. Yeah, so it's also the MP Patrol now has a military police car, I think, which is nice. Not this one. Okay, my bad. It's this one. Okay, but yeah, the one on 24th now has it, which he's not brought. No, he has. My bad. So yeah, 24th bad div in general. Just play 8th US instead. It's much better. And if you want Bradleys and stuff, then play 3rd Armoured. But 3rd Armoured in a 1v1's quite tough to play because it's quite slow. Yeah, it's a shame there's only 2 Bradley divisions in the whole game. It's crazy because you think about how many Soviet BMP-2 divisions, or in general just BMP-2 divisions. Many BMP-2 divisions. But there's only 2 Bradley divisions. Yeah, what can I say? And 101st, it's good in 1v1 because you use the mobility provided by the helicopters, and you can move around with that, get in there and everywhere, get air superiority and bomb, and then use your helicopters. But in a 2v2, you can't really do that. So the map they're playing on is technically a 4-player map version. I've played it in 1v1 a few times, and it's great for 1v1. 2v2, in fact, I think it's actually in the ranked pool. Yeah, because I played against, it's in the ranked pool, even though it's called a 4v4 map, which makes little sense. So in 2v2, we would play the so-called 6-player variant. So the problem is that you can't use your mobility anymore, so a div like this kind of suffers. So yeah, if they want to play similar divs, it would be 8th Infantry, 3rd Armoured, or 82nd and 3rd Armoured. The advance, so 82nd, it's less about the helicopters. Well, actually, 82nd would probably be a worse pick because you know what? You don't even have the tanks. So yeah, not 82nd. 8th and 3rd Armoured maybe if you want just American divs. Even something like 6th US or 9th US. 9th US 3rd Armoured or 9th US 8th US. Yeah, don't play 82nd. It's alright, but in a team game, it's kind of bad for the same reasons. This one isn't great. So, yeah, and we'll do it NATO and then PACT. So, CVs is another popular one. You don't need like 20 CVs between you. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14 is on the higher end. It's on the higher end. Having said that, I have lost 2v2 tournament games because I've lost one 2v2 tournament game ever because I didn't bring enough CVs. And I've played a lot of and it was because I was on that stupid Valley map. And let's not get into it. So you could do with removing a CV card just somewhere. One of you, not both of you. Yeah. So the other thing is 101st doesn't get amazing ARTY, so the 24th player can bring a bit more ARTY, and you see he's done it here. He's got 4 howitzers, but if he's got 4 howitzers, he needs more than 2 cards of supply. So he needs a 3rd card of supply on the 24th player. Don't upvet the Bradleys. The reason these ones in the recon tab. So the reason to upvet is it makes you lose. There's a few reasons, but the main one is that it makes your cohesion come back faster. So from no cohesion, you gain your cohesion back at no vet in 7 minutes, up to full cohesion. At 1 vet, it's 3 minutes. The thing with this Bradley is if something hits it, it's gonna have to leave. It's either dead or it's gonna have to smoke and leave. Right? If there's an ATGM flying towards it, it's only got 3 armor. You're gonna smoke and you're gonna back. So you don't need the suppression resistance. So the only reason to vet it is to get 5% accuracy on something which is already for 65% accuracy. So there's no real point in upvetting these. So I wouldn't do that. And don't bother upvetting the sniper either. So a similar reason. For starters, the reason you get this is so that it can see people. And you don't really want it shooting. If it gets shot, it's going to die because it's got 2 HP, so you don't need suppression resistance. But yeah, regular infantry you would bring at 1 vet. Like this I would have at 1 vet. But then this comes at no vet, which is kind of annoying. I made a guide a long time ago where I said 50 cal's the best one, and since then it's become the worst one. So if you really want one of these teams, you should bring the 7.62. But yeah, we need to find an extra card of supply for him. Oh yeah, because you don't need as many CVs. That's dead simple, innit? Yeah, so that's all good. And then, so you've got some CVs, TO2, MP patrol in the MP vehicle, which is great on 24th. The main issue 24th has now is that this can't be upvetted, but the National Guard in 35th can, which doesn't make much sense. And this can't be upvetted, but the National Guard in 35th can, which is very strange. Yeah, I don't play too much 24th, but like, what happens when you get to a town? You've got no satchels. What are you going to do? You get to a town, so you can get rid of the Engineer's Dragon. These used to be really cool. Now they're just not really worth it for the price, in my humble opinion. So yeah, I'd either bring Engineer's Flash at 1 vet, or regular Engineers at 1 vet. The advantage of regular Engineers is you have to babysit them a bit less. These guys only have 5 HP, so they should shoot their Flash and then leave. It's very doable. But these guys can actually win the fight by running up and throwing a satchel and killing the guy. So you still kind of have to micro them, because you got to run up to them. You can't just use attack move, because then it won't be in range to throw the satchel. Either way, you need some of that. And then, yeah, fire. So we've got the good Bradleys. Sorry, I just like to order things in a certain way. So we've got 2 cards of the good Bradleys, 3 cards of the good Bradleys, and then 1 card of the bad Bradleys. So that it's cheaper. So this is like BMP2 price. Actually, it's 5 points cheaper now, which makes sense because it's reservist, but the autocannon is better, the ITO is better. But it is reservist, right? And it's locked at no vet. This is the main problem. If it could go up to 1 vet, these would be really cool units. I think 24th would be a really half decent division, really good. A decent division if these could go to 1 vet. So yeah, he's gone for 3 cards of the decent Bradleys, 1 card of the badder Bradley. So this is, it's got TO2 on it, which is why it costs more. Infantry TO2s, and then yeah, the MP patrol. So I prefer the M67 one, because the regular one is 5 HP. And so the issue with the M67 one is that it didn't used to have a military police vehicle on a few divs, and it still doesn't on 101st. But here it does. So basically you're paying 15 points more to get this recoilless rifle, which can shoot at infantry and at vehicles. I really like it. If you really do just want it for the military police effect, and you don't want that super cool firepower that you get from the recoilless rifle, then, you know, keep on keeping on, but I prefer the M67 one. ARTY, so we spoke about, so he's not got a mortar for smoke, which is kind of rough. But you can use these to smoke if you, I mean, it would be nice to have a mortar for smoke, but I don't think you can afford it in this instance. And yeah, these ones are better now than it used to be the other way around, but they changed reservists, so all it does is give you 5% less accuracy and makes you take more suppression. The 5% less accuracy doesn't apply to artillery dispersion. So it's just cheaper, it's just a cheaper version, and if you're not planning on getting hit or using your 50 cal, then it's best to buy these first. Don't get this, it's terrible. Tanks, so yeah, he's bringing all the meeps, which is fair enough. I mean, he's got to provide... Well, I suppose his teammates also got the meeps, and yeah, the meeps got 10 points cheaper. But yeah, if only this could be upvetted, it'd be pretty cool. And then this, I don't... See, TOW2s, right? You got loads of TOW2s. All of your Bradleys have TOW2s. And this, it's only got mediocre stealth. It does have 2 armor and smoke, but it's only got mediocre stealth, so it's gonna... When it fires, it'll go down to bad stealth. More or less, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So, instead of that, why not bring this, which has good stealth, and it fulfills a different role? So this is very close to the Bradleys you already have, and you've also got TOW2 Bradleys here. Whereas this one, the role this fulfills, is that it's got good stealth, and it's a lot faster because it's wheeled. And so you can get this in funny places and shoot people, and if it dies, no biggie, it's only 50 points, and you get quite a few of them. So I really like this vehicle. So it comes on 6th US. I bring it actually on every division where you can get it. It's not bad, because of the good stealth, basically. So recon... yeah, so like in a 1v1, you wouldn't bring 6 of these. You'd swap it out for the... One of them would be like the recon helo, but you've got a 101st player, so you should be alright. Spoke about the sniper and how it shouldn't be upvetted. The ACAV can stay at no vet as well, because you need some infantry recon, and they're not really there to fight. AA, so Chappies, Pivads, and Stinger. You might as well upvet the Pivads. This is mainly for anti-infantry anyway. Helis, so National Guard Apaches, really cool if you can keep them alive. Otherwise, not so cool. And then air, so you've got the Eagle, the Phantom, a Bomber, and then 2 Strike Eagles. It would be really worth bringing a Seed. Because... I mean, you can... This is kind of bad. So what you can do instead is make sure you always send one of these out ahead of the Strike Eagle. But if you're just chancing it with the Strike Eagle, chances are you're going to lose it, because there's 2 enemy players who are going to have, like, 8 cubs between them. So that's the other issue with this div. The main funny thing is the Strike Eagle, but it's got a 4-minute reload, and, you know, it's a lot worse than the comparable PACT ones, because they just drop 1 massive bomb, whereas this drops 2 smaller ones. And the reload is just done in terms of how many bombs. So the PACT one will reload faster, you know, reload in half the time. There's one that carries 3 even, and it will just kill 3 of anything and reload quicker than this, which will only kill 2 of anything. The advantage of this is its survivability, which you can boost by sending the Seed out first ahead of it. So I would bring the Seed, honestly. If you want to use these, I just wouldn't recommend playing this div in a 2v2. His teammate is playing 101st Airborne. So this guy wants to do like more of the kind of infantry focus stuff and the air support. Some more Eagles, you know, Bomber. It all looks good to me, but we'll go through it tab by tab. We spoke about the CVs, but we already took one out the other deck. Yeah, you don't have amazing supply situation in this div, but you don't need more than 2 cards of supply on this div, really. Infantry, so this is all very... Oh, yeah, you should bring this. It's got 12 availability. It's crazy how much availability this thing has. It's pretty nice, because you can just put 1 down every road at the start, and it's going to run into something, and it will fire 17 AP. You can sneak it around the sides and stuff. The only issue is it's only got 40 kilometers an hour speed. I like it. And you do lack fire support with this div. You can get away with not bringing it, but I like it. I'm thinking, like, what would you get rid of? You don't have to bring it. Anyway, these guys got buffed as well. They used to be 3-2, now they're 4-2. So yeah, you want 4 of those. Because you get more out of upvetting special forces than you do after regular peeps, but given that it's twice the availability. If it was 3-2, it's more of a case to upvet it. But now that it's 40, you don't want to lose half of them. And then lots of 2-vet infantry, which you'd expect, really. So air rifles, AT4, MP patrol, M67, which is a nice squad for the reasons I outlined, but no military police vehicle on this div, which is it's here. Air rifles, dragons at 2-vet, aero engineers at 2-vet, and then 2 cards of TOW2, one in a Black Hawk, one in a car, and then aero fireteam 84. So this is a good idea because the idea is you just put these on a flank, and if somebody comes through, then it hits it with an AT4. It's just a nice kind of sponge unit. And given that that's what it's for, you don't have to upvet it. Can if you want. ARTY, so we've got... So that's a 2 AP slot. Getting this at 2-vet does make it shoot better. Like, no doubt about it. But instead you could have, you know, 2 heavy hogs. What's it worth to you? You can also put a CV next to it to get 2-vet anyway. Although this way, if you do it, you'd get 3-vet. I personally would leave the artillery to the 24th player and still have your own howitzers, because you can't always be asking for him. And then get either another Apache or a heavy hog. Heavy hogs I really like, because they dump their whole payload in like 3.6 seconds or something. Whereas the other one takes 8. And even though this will do more damage, the idea behind this is it fires super fast and then you leave. And for the supply cost, because it's per rocket, even though the rockets are bigger, it's actually a lot cheaper to resupply. Yeah, mortars for smoke, so you can either go for the smaller one. In this case, I would go for this one, because it goes the same range. So this will have bigger smoke clouds, but this will go the same range, and it fires, 2 seconds faster, and it will fire more of them, even though the smoke cloud isn't as big. And you've got 2 more in a card, and you save 5 points. And there's no range advantage, so I'd get this one. Tanks. So yeah, the Meeps and then Humvee TOW2, that's very normal. Recon, so yes, this guy clearly watches my videos. This goes mega fast at max vet. So you want one of them at max vet, and then the other one, and it's because it's got the Special Forces trait on the vehicle. Then the other one, you bring in the grenade launcher one, so you can just have grenade launchers to shoot people. So, yeah, you only need 2 of these to go mega fast. Generally, I mean, how many are you going to... In a 2v2, maybe you could... Well, no. It's just you lose too many of them, right? So, yeah, you do want this to go mega fast, but you don't want this to also go mega fast, because then you lose 2 more deltas, and... How many places do you need to go ultra fast? This will still go super fast. Aero scouts, so 10 strength fighting infantry. And then, yeah, the quick fix is cool. You send it in front of your helicopters, so your helicopter... So this will get hit by the manpad or whatever. Usually it'll miss, and then the AA's there, so you just ping it, F1 click, pull your helis back, ARTY that spot, with your now down vetted ARTY. You can have it up vetted if you want. I feel like having 2 more helos is probably a better idea, but it's just me. In a 1v1, I would keep this down vetted, but in a 2v2, given the teammates also got chaparrals, you can up vet this like your teammate did. It's up to you. You do lose a lot of capability by doing that. But generally, you're trying to go for air superiority with, 6 Eagles. This is really good against infantry, and it comes up vetted anyway, and this comes up vetted as well. The reason you bring it in the 50 cal one is so that you've got extra anti-infantry. Helis, so Apache ATAS has the Stingers, and still Hellfires, so it's a better shout than, because you usually don't need 16 Hellfires. The Stingers are generally not too useful, but they can help. And yeah, Tow Cobra, DAP, so this is Special Forces, but it doesn't make it go any faster because it's a helicopter. So even though it says movement speed, it doesn't actually go faster than what is said here. And yeah, it's got a very nice auto count. It's the Apache one, but because it's at max vet and Special Forces, it's got mega accuracy. And then yeah, the heavy hogs we spoke about. You can bring your down vetted ARTY instead if you're worried about counter battery killing your stuff and so on. Sorry, you're up vetted ARTY. And then air, so Eagle, Phantom is normal. Some people go Eagle, Phantom, you know, this Phantom, because it's very, very cost efficient. 24th player's already got that. Team games, you can afford to bring the expensive stuff. Switching to the opponent's decks, we've got Peanut and YourFish, and I think this is a much better team composition. In general, the PACT Div synergy, well, obviously like something like Rugen is not that great, but the PACT Divs are all pretty nice in team because it's just buy a cub, buy a grad. There you go, you win. So, in general, 79Y is better than 39Y. So yeah, Fob, and then a bunch of Rocket Arty here. What I would say is I think the Uragan is really kind of pants. I would just not bring it. And then you save 2 AP, which you can spend on whatever the hell you want. Maybe some mortars for smoke, wouldn't that be nice? Typically, so where's the, so 3, what is this, a 3-point slot? It's 2, okay. 4, 5, so 5 CVs in this div. Yeah, we forgot to do our CV count, but it's seeming more reasonable if this guy's brought 5 instead of 7. So 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that's a more reasonable number. I mean, it's still a bit on the higher side, but... Anyway, so Fob and then lots of Rocket Arty, okay. But you don't... I mean, the Uragan is so bad. 2 grads will still drain a Fob. If you put a CV next to it, which you should, and fire it all the time. What you can also do is swap this out for this, because it's a 2v2, right? So now you've still got 11 CVs, and this is hyper cheap, so you can buy 2 at the start, and then like put one with your grad after it's finished capping, and the other one can stay in the zone and get shot, whatever. BMP2, yeah, you want these at 1 vet. I've noticed he's down vetted like 1 in case he runs out. Just don't run out, bro. There you go, problem solved. BTR 60 PB is very nice. You do want those. You don't have to bring the Conkers in it if you don't want to, but the other one you should. This is a 2-point slot, so that's why he's put it here instead of in the other tab. The CV options are 4 guys with no smoke or 4 guys with smoke. You might as well get the smoke one. 30mm grenade launcher is really nice. So motor stroke meta should be at 1 vet. Just immediately put most of the line infantry up to 1 vet. And then, like, I would get rid of this and give yourself a 30mm at no vet. This is so useful in town fights and stuff. And then, yeah, Saperi RPO can work over regular Saperi. I prefer the satchels. Some people prefer some very good players prefer the RPOs. Or they'll bring both. ARTY we spoke about. The Uragan's bad. Yeah, bringing the grads in team games makes a lot of sense. The smaller the map, the more of an advantage, you know, the more crammed to the map, the less fire you're going to miss, basically. The target density will be richer, makes this a lot better. T80 BVs, typically you want the T80B, because it's very nice. So the T80 BV will survive 2 toe 2 hits from the front, whereas the T80B won't. In this matchup, that matters. Usually it doesn't matter. So in this matchup, it sort of makes sense to bring the T80 BVs. The advantage of the B is that you can buy it in a minute if you need it. And the other thing is, like, where's your, CV tank, maybe, right? It is 40 points more, but then you can have a CV T80 BV. But yeah, or this one in for there, or you can just leave it like that. And then BRDM2 Conkers is nice. Zip around, shoot Conkers at people. It's like that Ito Jeep on the other side, except better. It does cost more. It's better because it's faster. And it's got armor, more HP. Motorized Razvedka, BMP 1P at no vet. So this is like the Recon Bradley, so yeah, you can bring it at no vet. And then Razvedka Saperi, yeah, they should be at 1 vet because they want to fight. In terms of recon helos, I vastly prefer this one to this one. So for 20 points more, you get twice the HP, which means you can survive a manpad hit with this, whereas this will die straight away. And it's faster, and it's got a level higher of optics. You only lose 1 availability, so yeah, I prefer that. The main issue you're going to have is, like, your tanks won't be able to see anything, because you're going to have to be good with your recon healers, because like this only has good optics, and the infantry don't keep up with the tanks. So you want something like this or this, but then where does that come from? This is a 2-point slot. This is the 3-point slot. AA, so Cub Briusa is a nice combo because the Cub deals 9 damage, the Briusa deals 1 damage. What's also a nice combo is having Estrella 10M instead, because that is not seedable, so you can still, because these are both seedable. Although the enemy hasn't brought any seed in this case, but you wouldn't know what you're stepping into. This is nice to have instead of the Briusa because it's got more range against helos, and it can still fire when the seed's there. In this specific case, it's not useful because there's no seed. In general, it's useful. I prefer it, if you're going into Apaches, this is nicer than this, because this, in a flat field, the Apache will kill you before you get in range. Whereas this outranges the Apache Hellfire rocket. So I do prefer the Straw 10M at 1 vet. And then Iglas you should up vet, because you don't really need 9 of them. Helis, so the Rocket 2 is the best one of these out of the 1, 2, 3, because this has, it doesn't fire as fast, and this has twice as many rockets as this one. In terms of these choices, you've got some choices. I prefer this one because I like the bigger missiles, but this has more Cocons. Or you can pay 20 points more and get a better gun, and 10% ECM, but, I prefer this one personally. It's up to you, though. Air, so the EW plane, oh my god. Yeah, in a 2v2, I don't know, you need to keep the LGBT alive, but I just don't think this is great. Generally, these kind of hyper-expensive planes in a crammed map just get shot down straight away. So I personally would prefer a better ground game. So get rid of all these and then put like maybe keep 2 planes, save 6 AP, and then get your recon thing here, your BRM 1K. So like, this can work. It's very high risk, high reward. So I would so this will one-shot any heavy tank. It's pretty funny. Because it just drops so many bombs on it. And then you can get this because it's nice rocket plane, anti-infantry, 3 per card. And then you save 6 AP. You can come over here, now your helos can see somebody. And now you can come in here and you can get more tanks, or you can get a CV tank, right? And then you can get rid of this CV. Now you've still got 2 more AP. This is 3, so you can get some more infantry. Pulmachiki, don't come into BMP2. Or you can get, Saperi RPO at 1 vet with the BTR 60. I have 2 cards of Saperi. Or you can get, you can get Hilo if you want, I don't know. Or you can keep that CV if you want. Right, where was it? Just have loads of CVs, and then yeah, 2 or 6. Switching to his teammate, we've got YourFish on 7th, so he's gone 3 cards of supply with an RM70, so that's fair enough. His teammate's got a fob. Special Avclear are in there. Lots of BMP 1s, Pioneers, Motshots 1, Conquers. This is a nice deck. The 120mm mortar I would have in the MTLB, so that it survives counter battery if you load it back up. A little bit cheaper at the cost of some speed. T55As are really good at the start. In general, T72s still overperform. It's just they just massively overstarted them. In real life, it just goes poof if it gets penned, right? The turret goes flying and all this. But in this game, it was bad, and then and then it was good. And everybody has to put up with it. In general, T72s are just the strongest tank line in the game, and have been for absolutely ages. And it's like the prices just keep having to go up. Well, why don't they just down spec it? But alas, that's never happening. So yeah, this all looks good to me up to here. Spam out T72s and T55s. Conquer's thing. CV, so like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Recon, so yeah, you want the Spezialaufklärer. This is your airborne forward deployment, the only airborne forward deployment in your spec, like between both divisions, and it only goes at 90 kilometers an hour. That's a bit of a problem. The Aufklärer BMP1, so this one doesn't even have smoke, so you can downvet that if you want. This is nice, it can go around the sides and stuff, and it can let your tank see by giving very good optics. This is better for letting your tank see, but it's slower, so and it can't go around the side and stuff. But it gives exceptional optics, and it's got 3 armor, so it can take a hit. Recon, so like either one will do. Both is superfluous, and then yeah, recon helos. AA, so Cub, Strela, Igla, I'd upvet the Strela 10M. This is really nice against infantry, but you can't really fit it in anywhere. You'd have to get rid of, you know, a lot of other stuff to do that. I don't think it's worth it. Helis, so AT Rocket 2, or you can pay, it's like 40 points more. 35 points more for, I mean, it is a lot better, frankly. Oh, this is only 1 per card. Oh, yeah, never mind. Bring this one. So, yeah, I don't bother updating them. You can bring the Seed to help out your buddy with all his LGBTs, which I've just taken out, but otherwise you can bring the Seed. I like this because I think it's funny, but these are better. And yeah, this is a regular bomber. And that's it for the deck review. Sorry it took so long. Now we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game. And as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so with that out of the way, as you know, I think Red has the much better composition in terms of just the divisional picks. And yeah, this map, I believe, is in ranked. I definitely played it in 1v1 a few times. And when I played 2v2, I played on like the wider version. I can't remember how it's cut. It's like this, yeah, and somebody's on this side, somebody's on this side. But Eugen says this is the 2v2 version. So, yeah, that really does help these divisions, because they're kind of a bit slow, a bit cumbersome. Lots of long-range AA and rocket ARTY. Whereas, you know, 101st especially would certainly benefit from all this extra space, so he can use his helicopters and so on. Yeah. So in terms of the deployments, we've got YourFish here on 7th East German, and he's opening with his Spezialaufklärer. He's being a bit selfish. He could give one to his teammate, Peanut, here, because he's got the only airborne forward deployment. So he should really give one to his teammate here, and then he can get in super fast. And then he's also got an opening fighter, 3 Aufklärer BMP-1s, recon helo, and then a big blob of stuff. This is generally how 7th is done. So yeah, Pioneer, 2 Conkers vehicles. Okay, I'm surprised by that. Because he's trying to get up here, so why are these back here? Do you know what I mean? Like, you could get one to there, or you could try. Yeah, you've got a Spezialaufklärer going there. So yeah, you could get one to here, and then one up here. Oh, okay, or you could leave one back here, I suppose, if you want. But I don't really see the point. What if they come down here? So yeah, you could put it there. And then it can still shoot at the people coming out here, and it can shoot down that road. And then, yeah, 2 BMP-2s, 2 T-55As, a Bruiser, a Cub, and, where's the Cub going? What? Okay. You don't want to just leave it in the middle of a field. You want to put it in some trees or something. It's not Broken Arrow. So you can just, like, put it here or something. And then a CV for Bravo Delta. His teammate on the right is opened with a fob, which is very useful in a game like this, I think. Just spam rocket ARTY for days. Then he's got Igla, 2 Razvedka Saperi Recons, 3 BMP, 1 PG, so they've got no AT, they've got no smoke, but they've got a grenade launcher. Bruiser. Hang on, what? Oh, so this Bruiser was from Peanut, yeah, because this guy doesn't get Bruisers. He would get Shilkers, but he hasn't brought them. And yeah, CV, and then some more recon. This is tracked, so I'd be surprised if that got there. And a recon helo. This other one was from Peanut as well. Switching to their opponent's deployment, we've got 101st and 24th, which, as I spoke about in the deck review, not good ideas, really. We've got T. Veal Hellies. It must be Dutch or something. Gian AA. Yeah, I think they're Dutch. Uh, anyway, so very funny 120 point Hellfire attempt over here. We'll see if he can, because if he gets spotted, it's just going to explode, right? So generally, if you want to open with one of these, you should open with a plane to protect it, and then send it down mid, right? Mega speedy deltas you could honestly get to here, because like I suppose there's nice because you can still shoot down the road. But yeah, mega speedy delta at max vet, and then a mega speedy delta at max vet for here as well. Could have done with buying like a regular delta for his teammate, so his teammate can get a nice cut in alpha, right? Like one of the ones that's not mega speedy, because you only get 2 mega speedy ones. It's to do with the veterancy. Watch the deck review. Aero Scouts, we'll see if that makes it, and then a quick fix Helo, and then just a bunch of infantry. So yeah, I suppose nice place for it. 2 arrow rifle dragons, the CV which is skipping it. Huh. What? Hang on, whose CV is that? That's Mr. Frisbee's. So CV for Charlie Delta, CV for Foxtrot Delta, and then an infantry CV for Echo. Okay. And then, yeah, Green Braze ODA and a Stinger, a Chaparral, and a 50 cal. These will be from the 24th player, yeah. Yeah, don't bring the 50 cal. That meta's outdated. You want the 30 cal now, it's better. Because you can, it's like half the price and it's got the same HP, and you can just upvet it and then still have the same number. It is better. Doesn't shoot as far though. And then yeah, so there's like limited case. So on urban front lines, that bit in the middle where the 4 buildings look at the 2 buildings, with the 50 cal you can shoot from one to the other. The 30 cal I'm pretty sure you can't. That's the only case I know of where I'd prefer the 50 cal. But for the rest of that map, I'd still prefer the 30 cal. I prefer the grenade launcher. The 40mm grenade launcher. Anyway, 2 scouts and ACAVs, 2 Bradleys, and look, it's all tracked. So his teammates really done a number on him here, not giving him any of his rapid deployment units. Just 1 Delta Force down here, he could get to there, and then you'd know what how much attention you're paying, because you don't know how far you're going to get. But you could get most of this zone and then clean up the rest of it. But yeah, Bradley CFVs, quite a few of them, and then a CV and 250 cals and a Pivad. So very limited infantry in Alpha and Delta for that matter. I wonder where all their I wonder where all his points went. He's not open Strike Eagle, has he? Let's find out. Right, so they're off, and he opened. Okay, so this is a Moosman jet, and this is a Phantom jet. They're interrupting my shilling here. You get your names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. 1 join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views in ad revenue equivalents. He opens. Don't do that. Look how weak he is on the ground. Because he opened Strike Eagle. Oh dear. A bit of, yeah, so you don't want to, if you're blue, you do not want to dive over the red spawn. Because they will have cubs. And that will happen. So that was not ideal at all. He should have stuck back here, defended his helo, because yeah, the cubs will get you. And look, the Strike Eagle, it's been a minute now, right? So he could have bought it now, and it's accomplished nothing in that time. And if he hadn't bought this for 315 points, he could have got, what, 3 Bradleys? He's going to get some nice kill on it now, though. These are 75 each. Don't put them both in the same building. Never do that. For that reason. So, going pretty well for blue so far. But yeah, the Strike Eagle, I don't know, man. I mean, I suppose it is working. Mainly because his enemy keeps obliging him by just lumping everybody together. So it actually worked out there. Like, he got a squad and a CV. There was a CV there. And he got 2 Special Aufklärer. It should have been 2 kills, really. The funny thing about these helos is, yeah, you can sell them and get a big point boost, right? That's 100 plus another 120. which is one thing you can do. Or you can bomb this empty patch of dirt and then change your mind and then get shot down. Pilot injured moment. Is he going to get out? I think he might. Will this guy get out? This cub is... Oh, yeah, he's probably dead. Oh, no. Wow! Yeah. Or you can keep them around and then use them to scout, because you can just send this forwards here. Oh, there's one special aufklärer. Bring up the Bradley and kill it. Take that zone. You know, and then you send one over here. Oh, there's one, you know, there's infantry. Oh, here's the BMP. Oh, I suppose the Barusa would shoot you there, so you got to be careful. But yeah, it's always worth keeping a few around. At the beginning, you do need points. So this should be in here, right? And you can put it there, and then you're in a dip and you don't get shot. But he's just sort of forgotten. This one could also be sent there. But yeah, basically, because of that Strike Eagle opener, middle is lost. Right? Because these guys just bought ground stuff. And they did buy planes as well, but they're very cost-effective planes. Very cost-effective planes. So the DAP should be landed immediately. And yeah, two guys... Oh, no! Say it ain't so. He's going for the Delta. Otherwise that would be a 200-point kill there. So yeah, these guys, I don't know. I mean, they want to use the planes to defend their guys, I suppose. But then they fly over Cubs. So this shouldn't have gone for that. It should have turned and killed this one. Now he's just flying into... So he just wasn't paying attention there. So he just sort of flew into two planes on the Cub and this Cub, but it's got no supply and died. Whereas when he saw this dive right in, he could have curled round, shot this, and come back, because you have more range than this. Because this is 7775, and the Eagle now is 8-4 Summit. So you can sit back here and fire one off and then turn around, and you know it's kind of hard to do. They might shoot you back, but you've got nice ECM and stuff. It's just obviously if you fly over all these Cubs, you're gonna die. But yeah, that DAP. I mean, as soon as you didn't have fighters and you saw their fighters, like this just shouldn't be purchased, because you know he's got planes up, and so you're gonna get shot. I mean, it really is that simple. So, yeah, like you can land it any time. He's chancing it though. I suppose he flew over his teammate's chaparrals there, so he got a kill out of it. But it's kind of fortunate that this didn't die. This could have died there. So yeah, now it's looking significantly less good for blue, and that's the price of the deployment, buying that Strike Eagle. And they just keep buying these helos. You've not got any AA. Well, I mean, I suppose you got these two chaparrals here, but you don't have the skies. The enemy's beating you on air superiority, because they've got cheaper fighters and they've just bought loads of them. So I'm just surprised that AT plane didn't get smacked into this, because it probably would kill it. Is that landed or low altitude? Low altitude, okay. Here we go, this is going straight for that, but he's lost visual now. So he's just flying near it till he sees it. LGBT's back up, because it reloads faster. The other one reloads in 4 minutes, this reloads in 2. It is better. It's got less ECM and it's not as fast though. Brad's out. Yeah, it's a rough one. I'm not sure what you do if you're blue in this case. I think the picks were just bad. If they'd gone 8th Infantry, 3rd Armoured or something. Or even like 6th US for this. Even 101st 3rd Armoured or 101st 8th Infantry. But 101st, 101st. But yeah, I mean, it's just the same thing again. If you're going to use a helo, you need... Huh. So what happened there? Is this landed? No, it's low altitude. So why... you can still shoot it when you're on low altitude. Weird. Anyway, that was good. They kept the Apache alive. This needs unloading, man. He's dead. Okay, second chance. Third chance. He's dead. He's just got to pay attention. So Strike Eagle's back. The Cubs are up, but if it's here, you can easily hit that and not get killed. It depends how deep. Well, if he goes that deep, then I think this was going to shoot him. But if he went for this one, he'd be alright. So, is he going to evac straight away? No, he's going to stick around, and then he's going to get evac by the Cub suppress on miss, fair enough. The main issue is getting hit. If you get evac by suppress on miss, it's just like evacing normally, but if you get hit, you have to repair, and that takes longer. And then, yeah, this is kind of weird, actually. So it's like, it feels like it's peanut on both sides, but it's not. YourFish's units, I think, were in front, and they died, basically. Well, he's got the AA. Right. So, yeah, they got that kill, and he's going for the... So what you want to do is go for the Igloo, but the enemy jets are out now, and they've not got fighters up, and this is probably dead. Yeah, down it goes. Yeah, it's not looking great for blue, I gotta tell you. So if you're going to do a bombing run, like, this should be out when the bombing run is happening, back here, so that it can defend them. And look, it's got more range, so... You know, it is a better plane, but this is... Is this the... No, this is the 39Y one. The 7th East German one's got 3 per card. This is 2 per card. And, yeah, like, this has no vet, so it gets hit a couple times. Now it's going to be useless for 7 minutes. It's just going to keep missing. So it is pretty rough. What you want here is an infantry tow too, because it'll have the stealth. But look at the accuracy, it's 42%, so it's not going to hit anything. More Phantom HEs. But yeah, you need to... Yeah, I think he lost LOS there. Patchy got hit. Ah, yeah, the Grad's out. So the Grad's very, very useful if you're going to play this kind of map. Very saturated. There's nowhere to hide here. You know, if he's not here, then he's here, so you hit that. You know where he is here, roughly. And keep pushing. So yeah, I'd much rather be playing red right now than blue. Patchy gets hit by the 10 Guerrillian AA, and that's the other issue with playing on a small map with a mobile division, is that the AA gets saturated very fast, and then you can't use your planes and your helicopters and stuff, which is sort of what that's their whole strategy. So it's not looking great. What they could do is get an ARTY piece out and start hitting this AA, like when the Igloo fires, shoot at the Igloo. That's another way. More meeps out, more meeps, less planes. But then at that point, it's like, well, why not play another dib? But the other thing is, all this time, they didn't have to lose this tick. They could be winning right now. They could have just put this CV here, or this CV here, or this CV here, like their opponents have done on the other side. But they haven't done that. They've just been like, oh, it's flat here, nowhere to hide. Oh, I won't bother putting the CV in. No, just put it down here. That's what they're doing. The issue, of course, is that they're going to grad you, so you leave it on the road, and then when you see the missiles coming in, you fast path out, and you fast path back in. It's a pain, but it is what it is. And honestly, you should be evacing as soon as that drops, because the chances are you're going to... He's going to get hit. Yeah, I mean, that's not particularly surprising. So, look, they know... Oh, he's saying unload it, I guess. Yeah, so 2 grads. Obviously, it's going there. So this guy might die. I mean, he's got 6 HP, and it is a grad from the back of the map, so it probably won't kill him. It will ruin his day. So that's that one. The other one is still reloading. What red could do here is put CV next to it, right? So they can reload faster. And you'd be reloading every 80 seconds instead of 132, something like that. It's a big deal. And then, yeah, mortars for smoke are super useful here, because you can, like, smoke there, and then you can move all your guys up to here, right? So, still going for those bombers, but, you know, if you're going to do this, you really need to suppress the enemy AA somehow. So, ARTY's the aim of the game, right? F1 click. Get those M109s out and kill it. Otherwise, you know... Wow, I'm surprised that made it, actually. And that... Did that go down? That was weird, it didn't... Oh no, it did come up there. Yeah, it's pretty rough if you're blue in this case. Ooh, that guy got side shot. Not sure why he's trying to put an M1A1... M1 Abrams there. without any recon or anything. But yeah, the grads are just going to keep coming in. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. They're doing a decent job of whittling down Red's AA. That one does... Sorry, Red's planes. That does make it down. But yeah, they need to kill Red's AA if they want to use their bombers. I mean, it really is that simple. Another thing you can do is, like, get all your fighters up, get that quick fix or whatever. Or the, you know, just try sneaking something all the way around to find these grads. 101st is quite good for that, because you can use, like, a Humvee AGL. So he's going for the Cub, but yeah, he's dead. And that was just going to happen eventually, wasn't it? Because look how many AA pieces are here, right? And this can contribute as well. So, I mean, that was not surprising. Basically, once the enemy saturates an area with AA, you got to fly your plane somewhere else. So you can send this forwards. Oh, there's some guys here. Kill this. Make sure you don't fly over this on your evac. Kill that, right? Or you can come over here. You know, sort this out. Move some guys up here. This is trying to shoot you, so maybe you can see it. But if you just keep flying over the same place, the enemy's just going to buy more and more AA and put it there, and eventually that's going to happen. So, EW plane moment. I mean, look at that. They fall a bit slowly, don't they? So this, you don't want to dive anywhere near these cubs, because you're going to get killed. But they just right-click on it, and then they just kind of forget about it. I suppose from that time it worked out for them, but it shouldn't have done. Some of these are out of ammo, right? You'll notice this one's at max vet now, because I think that's probably the one that killed the Strike Eagle, and it's upvetted by a CV. Yeah, look at that. So he saw that when this Abrams came over here and died, because he sent it this way instead of, like, this way. He saw it. He's like, oh, crap, what if they attack me here? Well, yeah. So, it was a bit of a problem. This needs to smoke. He chooses death. And, yeah, it's just a case of, you know, BMP2s against infantry. So you need, like, a infantry TOW 2 team, which you can sort of put here, kill a guy, and then you got to move it, otherwise the artillery, put here, kill a guy. Because that's the only way, because obviously the dragons at these ranges can reach out, but that one you can't do anything about. These ones you can't do anything about. And yeah, the grads are just going to keep shooting at this, so this should really be down here. But yeah, it's a tough gig for blue. I mean, what I would do if I was in their situation is come kill this stuff. Just hold here, and come over here, kill this stuff, and then, well, what do you know? First you'd see the CV and this AA piece, but, you know, you force your enemy to put stuff here, and you can get infantry from here up here, like you can just run it up, and then you're in dragon range and what have you. But in general, it's an uphill struggle for blue. They've picked not great divs for this. In general, PACT is kind of better in team games. Well, kind of nothing, it just is. We're doing the DEFCON 2 tournament right now, the third iteration. It's a 2v2 tournament. And it's just a case of whenever you're on NATO, that you can just kind of ban all the good divs. Whereas the PACT guys just have infinite heavy tank divs, basically. T-72 spam, grads, curbs. So yeah, it's still PACT favoured in my opinion. Doesn't mean you can't win. Like, so on something like Hesse, I'd actually prefer a NATO div because of all the infantry. You don't have those long sight lines. So whenever I play Hesse with fence, we always play NATO if we can. Depends on how many bands there are and stuff, but... Well, okay, in DEFCON you can't. You've got to do NATO versus PACT. Right, so... There you go, so that's another thing, right? Red's having some problems with their planes as well, just sending them over stuff, so... And then you use the Strike Eagle. So ARTY's out. You'd expect it to... Yeah, so it's going on the AA, which is great. And then, like, this should go on this. And then there you go, you got stuff going on. Yeah. But yeah, as soon as that bomb drops, I would press the evac button. You don't right-click left or right because it will ruin the targeting. But you can press the evac button without ruining the targeting. So yeah, sadly this is the one with one top armor. Oh wow, the Cub technically has one top armor as well. What a joke, man. I mean, it's very. If you hit one of these missiles, it's not going to be much of an AA platform anymore, is it? You know, at least. Whereas this is less than one, and oh man, get me out. Get me out. Why has the Cub got one top armor? The Strela having it kind of makes sense because it looks armored. Like the missiles are in enclosures and stuff. What can I say? Anyway, Red's also burning through their planes at an alarming rate for similar reasons, right? Everybody's fighting here. Well, that's where all the AA is going to be because everybody's had a lot of time to do that. Ah, okay. He just flew too close and now he's dead. Well, not sure if he even tried to drop anything there, but yeah, that's what happens if you're against PACT and you try and air spam. Have that problem a lot in the tournaments as well. Fence really likes buying planes. It's like 3 Cubs hit him. Then he buys another one and the same thing happens. It's very, very sad. These used to be 3 per card, but Balance Man made them 4 on his way out, and it's just sort of stayed like that. And, you know, the Ihawks are 3. Why is this 4? It's self-propelled. That's its advantage, right? It's got less accuracy than an Ihawk, which is 3. Can I say? And I don't understand where was that going? When you buy a plane and you don't want to use it, you got to shift click back here about 20 times, or it is just going to fly into the enemy and die like an idiot. Somebody who's not been spending their income. But yeah, like an infantry tow 2 here would be really cool, or like a Humvee tow 2 there would be cool. You'd actually be able to shoot these from there, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, you'd be just out of range. But yeah, like a Humvee tow 2, an infantry tow 2 somewhere in this town, just so you can move it up and get some of these guys, you know. Another Stinger maybe. But you can see that, you know, Red's just pushing Blue back. It's a shame though, because Blue had 514 points from somewhere. I'm not sure how that happened, but if they just put a CV in here, like their opponents have done, then they would, you know, this would be 0. So it is a shame. But yeah, certainly, like here, T-55s, T-72s are king, because it's very close quarters combat, and that's what they excel at. Here it's a lot more open, right? But another bomber flying into all the AA and dying. Wow, is that actually going to make it out? No, it isn't. And yeah, this is big for MLRS, this space here. In general, like, we play this map as a 1v1, this cut of the map. I believe it's in ranked as a 1v1. But it says 4-player, but so does Death Row, so... So yeah, more Bradleys coming in, trying to reclaim the ground. The other thing is, I'm pretty sure this guy is shooting from next to his fob. No, he isn't. But like, are these moving after shots? You can try counter batterying, but from that far away, it's probably not going to work. But yeah, you should be moving after shooting. Just get into the habit of, oh no, he sold the transports they came in, so he can't move them. He's put them right next to each other. That's really bad news. These are going to die super fast if anybody bothers to counter battery them. But yeah, the idea is you just hold shift, press T or whatever, or right click, and then with shift held, press F, and then click somewhere down the road. You want them on the road, because then they can move faster if something happens. So you always want them on a road somewhere. On a road, preferably behind cover, preferably not a reinforcement road. So, like, this road would be perfect. So you're here, shift F, right click, sorry, shift, right click, F, left click, or is it right click? Is it F, right click? Yeah, shift, right click, F, right click, shift, with shift still held, right click, F, right click, and you can just move down the road shooting, and then back again. And then you don't get counter battery. The issue with having it on the doing it from a reinforcement road is when they try and counter battery you, even though you're not there anymore. You know, if you're on this road, this might get hit. I don't always follow my own advice, but it is good advice. But yeah, it's not looking great for blue. Just in general, their strategy was air spam on a super cramped map into 8 cubs. And that's just never going to work. So, it's not ideal. They have got a bunch of infantry here. And also, they just never clocked this. And they never tried to expand the field of... Like, this would be prime target for all this crap. Send some of it up here, send a bunch of it round, take all this, and then you can kill that CV for starters. He's got less places to hide, fewer places to hide. And you can get your infantry up here. If they put somebody in here, they can shoot you, but there is nobody in there. And you just run the infantry up. Also, like, nobody smoking. You could smoke, so, like, let's say these guys want to come up here. You smoke there, there, and there. And then you can kill all the guys on this side of the smoke. Move up to there. Smoke there, there, and there. Kill this batch. Move up. It's difficult to pull off because the enemy should immediately start trying to counter battery your smoke, but it does work. Over here it's going a bit better for blue, mainly because 101st, you know, it's these town engagements are pretty good for it. There you go, so the Totu's doing well. Oh, okay, I missed, but... Oh, he's got a Totu here now, that's cool. So, yeah, he should be killing this infantry and moving up. But the issue is the IFVs, and that's why you get a meep, and you just move... You get the meep behind here, pop out, shoot a guy before, and then smoke, and go back in. Make sure there's a supply with it, pop out, shoot a guy, smoke, because they're going to shoot an ATGM at you, right? The issue with having 2 guys in this building is, like, somebody should now hit this, because it's a Totu, and so it's just... wow, smoke! Incredible. Look, the mortars! It's good that we came to the same conclusion. But yeah, I guess they just mustn't have known about this, whereas their opponents clearly did, because they've used it. They could have just had a seat, because for like a couple minutes the enemy got to here, but they're back here again, and they could have just had a CV in here this whole time, and this would be 0, but instead we're just slowly watching it creep up. I'm not sure when blue got some points on the board. I don't understand when that happened. We're just slowly watching this creep up, and they're just, you know, getting shot on their staging. So there you go, they're doing smoke with the howitzers, which you want mortars for it, really, but... And then these guys, you don't sell the transports, man, because you got to move after you shoot, otherwise you're going to get hit. But yeah, smoking with the howitzers, it works in a pinch, it's just I'm pretty sure it doesn't keep a constant cloud of smoke, because then this will reload for like a minute, over a minute, and then the smoke fades. The Uragan is absolutely pants, man. The Grad is so much better. It will probably still kill this Totu team, but it's just it reloads so much slower for no good reason. But yes, very cool attack here. It's a shame the smoke wasn't like... Because if they were smoked here, they would kill this super easy, right? And they get side shot and stuff, but yeah, if only they'd known about this. Big shame. And then, so they are starting to clear this stuff out involuntarily. But yeah, they should have come in, like, the tanks and a bit of the infantry. Because if you just put it all here, it's all getting gradded, so there's no point. So you might as well get half of the infantry and send it this way with one of these tanks behind it. You just kill all this easily, get to here, kill that, right? Force the enemy to put a bunch of stuff in here, and then his right flank's threatened, you can get some infantry up, right? If they got an ATGM in here, you can smoke it, move up. The meeps are nice at 230 though now. I think they were a bit silly at 240. The main thing people always point out is that the Challenger's got a better vet curve. The Challenger 1 Mark II in this game is dreadful because of... It's only got 1 MG, it's got a very low base rate of fire, so even if you bring it at 2 vet, it still actually shoots slower than the meep at 1 vet. It's very slow. It's only got 1 MG. The base accuracy is bad as well, so it's got the same accuracy as the meep when the meep is at 1 vet and the Challenger's at 2 vet. And yeah, the speed is something people never consider. But yeah, so this has sort of gone the way you'd expect. Massive YOLO charge. The smoke is doing good work, though it's stopping all this from shooting. But they're struggling to even kill these two. But yeah, then they just grad it, so you got to spread out, and so that means you got to attack here as well. They did have an opportunity to attack here before he put loads of units in there, I think attacking here would have been big, and the CV, like, they still not realised that. After these shoot, you got to move them, right? Another thing is, well, you got to put some smoke here, but you can, you know, you get your stuff here and then through this way, like, because he literally just put all of it here and it all got gradded. Like, you could put, because you could still, you're still on the cliff here, so you could put a few here in this forest, a few on the right, a few on the left. Don't just blob them all up, which is like, you know, that's what they're doing, and the grads are just going to kill you, because that's kind of what they're designed for. Like, look, they're just constantly shooting there, and they've still not clocked it. It's a crying shame, really. Obviously, hindsight's 50-50. They sold the transport, so they can't move them. But they're very far away, so like that's the issue with having these things right at the back of the map. The grads, I guess you got to be next to the fob. It's like playing Broken Arrow. Here comes the BMP-1 line. But the Akatsi's, they've got very nice ammo capacity. You can fire 10 volleys. It's going to take 10 minutes to run out of ammo. So these could be way up here, and then they would they'd be probably killed that. But instead the dispersion circle's quite wide and he missed, so it happens, right? So, cool smoke, but now what you do is you come and take this area, which they've sort of done, and then you put the smoke here, and then you come take this area. And the bigger the area, the less places the grad, you know, the more places the grad has to shoot, so the less chance it hits you. But, you know, it's not easy to do. I'm not pretending it's easy to do. Also, you know, if there's a grad strike, you can just stop your guys instead of driving them all into it. Okay, now he's realised, but I mean, it's a bit late. Now it stops. But yeah, it's very sad. The way these zones shape human behaviour is quite unsettling. If there was no zone here, they would be fighting here, right? But because there's a zone here, and everybody's guilty of it, including myself, people are just like, I must be in zone. And they just come up and down here and shoot each other when there's a very easy solution to all their problems. But yeah, look, oh, I missed. But you see the point, right? If the enemy wants to fight you, he's got to come through the smoke. Obviously, the issue is, of course, the infantry ranges, so you got to be careful with your tanks here, because this might just die. If you stay on low altitude, the smoke blocks off so that you don't get shot from past the smoke. If you're on high altitude, I'm pretty sure they can shoot through it like that. But look, they're all blobbing again into the... This is so depressing to watch. They just keep doing it. I mean, they're on a +1, so that's how. So when this is contested and this is contested, they're on a +1 because they own Alpha. Okay, so they were on a +1. So all this time... this could just be 0 and this could be 1,000 if they'd had a CV here. They just keep... Oh my gosh. This is hard to watch. They're just walking into the kill box over and over again. But the smoke was really cool. Look, they did move the smoke up, but then they just blobbed all their infantry exactly where the grads are going, and... You know, you got to spread out a bit, right? So the Bradleys can sort of sit a bit back here. Obviously, the smoke, right? But the Bradleys can still shoot from back here. The enemy is counter-blobbing. Look at that. It's crazy. Whoa! And then a triple bombing wave. Fly into all the chaparrals. Wow, they all survive. I guess the Pivads is probably going to clean some of them. You know, actually, they're all going to die, aren't they? Pivad's aim time moment used to be 1 second, then apparently it's not a proper radar, so it went up to 2 seconds. What a horror show. But yeah, Apache here is super useful, but you see it's already fired all its Hellfires because of how many targets there are. But imagine if instead of just blobbing everybody here and dying, all those Bradleys had been kept back here, this would all be dead. Alas, what can you do? And yeah, no CV in here with like an infantry there, right? So they come over the lip to shoot the CV and the infantry kills them. It's very sad, you hate to see it. Bob's empty though. It's a very nice spectacle, though, right? It's quite rare to see this sort of thing, if because people tend to spread out more. This is early Ukraine war stuff. Where it's like, yeah, bro, just YOLO them. Oh shit, yeah, doesn't work so well. Yeah. So in some ways, this game is realistic, and in some it's not. This guy's just sort of hanging out. Must have been spotted by these people over. Yeah, these people over here. So I'm. You want to put it like there or something. I don't think they've noticed it's happening. But yeah, after all my complaining about blue, they are actually still winning. It's just they've lost so many guys. Look how much red stuff is here. And you'll notice they weren't spending their points because all of a sudden the big conga line shows up. But yeah, some stuff like the Humvee Tow 2 doesn't work in this case because you need to, you know... You need a nice long sight line. Okay, so it brought up the AA now. But yeah, what a shame. So they're using the Apaches, but the AA has been brought up. I mean, he saw the DAP die. He should have landed this, really, and not gone for it, but... I guess they feel like they have to do something. So now they're... Okay, so switch to here. I was going to say, do you want to smoke this? Because... I suppose if you want to get infantry into here, you need to smoke this so you can get in, but... Right, he's noticing, but... Yeah, it's just too many red units here. And that's mainly because blue had a relatively even number of units, but then the Grads and the Uragans opened up and just killed everything, so... This is still here, they haven't noticed it's getting shot. So... But the Akatsias are right at the back of the map. In the meantime, yeah, blue's trying to move forwards here, but a bit hasty on it, and they're just getting shot to pieces. So they're in danger of losing this one as well, but if something doesn't change, they will lose, because there's 6 minutes left. What a horror show. But yeah, you see that the, yeah, because the Briusa's got less range than the Hellfire. That's why I prefer the Strela 10M. Sending empty supply trucks to soak the rounds. So now you can land this and die to an Igla. That's the other issue, right? That because these have exceptional stealth, they can get a lot closer. And also, Hellfires can't shoot at Iglas. In this game. In real life, they can shoot at hospitals and all sorts. So... Yeah, Red's pushing here now, right? They've noticed, oh, yeah, there's a whole battleground over here. And yeah, blue's just ran out of stuff. The big, I mean, they were on the back foot for a long time, but the breaking moment was when they just sort of ran two or three groups of guys into here and just got hit by all the Grads. It was very, very sad. You hate to see it, etc. So the Pivads, they're going to get shot by a tank. So yeah, this is the issue with this hill, right? Once you get pushed off it, it's kind of hard to get back on. And Red's got a lot more room. They've got a nice fallback position here. So blue doesn't. Right, these will come up and the infantry's just going to shred them. The AT. So how do you do it? It's hard. Once you get pushed off the hill, it's super hard to get back on it. You can put like a recon unit here or something and then see across maybe. They're doing the smoking. It's working actually, to an extent. But yeah, I think now this is in danger of dying. I guess that if there's enough Pivads, they just sort of can't shoot you in time. Side shot. Yeah, infantry hit him. It's working. Oh, he's gonna get hit by this in the side. Oh, it's not ideal. Yeah. The first one that hit him was the Pulmachiki one, which has less pen, that's why it didn't take as much damage there. So, yeah, 4 minutes left. It's looks like it's Warno for blue. They had a lot more fight in them than I thought. I thought it would end a bit faster. It's just the matchup's way better for red. If you're going to play team games on small maps, PACT's going to win. The tournaments tend to sort that out a bit by putting in stuff like Cyrus 3v3. Although I've not seen that recently. It's gone out of all the map pools. Don't know why. Anyway, they're trying to get their way in with the smoke. The air rifles has been spotted. He could smoke. He has smoke. He could pop his smoke and there and then run behind this. I think he's towing and... Well, no, he's just pinging his own thing, actually. It's your thing, mate. Smoke there and then run behind this. Buy you a minute or so, right? These guys can still shoot you, so... Either way, you know, you got the smoke... He smoked behind himself and now he's getting shot. OGBT's probably going to kill him. Yeah, just aimed on the smoke. Oh, it's rough. Rough game. So yeah, this is obviously very over. So healer's coming in, but it's just too much red stuff here. Blue's lost everything. Got very, very few units left. So yeah, it was going alright, but yeah, if they just stayed here, smoked earlier, not clumped up so much, tried to sneak something around the back to get the Uragans. Don't pick 24th and 101st. So there you go. Peanut, 112 games, rank 1145. YourFish, 324 games, rank 840. Mr. Frisbee, rank 500, 498 with 293 games. And Moosman, rank 2,489, 98 with 159 games. So, all fairly new players. I have more games than all of them put together, and times by 2. But I thought they played quick. I didn't realize they had so few games, actually. They played pretty well for guys with like 100 games, 200 games. But yeah, that was that part where the grads opened up and just killed everything. Oh, that's so sad. Even the Uragan got some kills. Anyway, it was very cool to watch, though. I'll see you guys around. GG.